Hi everyone. Well, most of you know me as Ricky Grove. Some of you who may be coming to the expo for the first time. I've been involved in the Machinima community for over a decade, acting and doing sound and producing the expo every year. And Expo 8 is a culmination of years and years of one main goal, and that was to bring as many interesting films made as machinima that we could find. This year we only have 34 films to show you. In previous years we've had up to 200 or more submitted and 130 being shown at the expo. That was during the Expo 5, I believe it was, in 2011. So something's happened. And I've been puzzling over that, trying to figure out why there's declining interest in the expo and why so few films were submitted. And although I don't have a definitive answer, I do have a couple ideas about that. One is that I think the energy that was behind machinima, that sort of sense of freedom, of the ability to create anything, any topic, any subject, using gaming. It was a kind of gaming attitude. It's become much more pervasive in our culture. It's not just in gaming and in machinima. And so the energy that's behind machinima has declined. It's actually moved back to gaming. Most of the main kinds of machinima you find now are the Let's Play videos where somebody records their gameplay and then makes commentaries as they're doing it. There's still some interesting machinima being done in Second Life and in the Source engine. Damien has an interesting episode in the programming this year that shows some of the new platforms that are out there. But frankly, I think that the machinima has reached its peak and has passed. And I don't see it declining to the point where no one does it anymore, because gaming is such a huge thing and machinima is associated so well with it. But I think machinima will always be in a kind of, as Katie Salen said in her great machinima article, Arrested Development, why machinima can't and shouldn't, and perhaps shouldn't grow up, is that machinima will always be in this state of arrested development, this sort of place where you don't want to move on to a professional level. You want to stay with the freshness and the excitement, the sense of rebellion that's going on. I think that time has passed, and it's moved on to other forums. I think a lot of the energy has moved to the Unity game engine and indie game creation platform. But, who knows? This is all speculation. All I know is that we peaked with over 200 submissions in 2011, and now we only have 30 some. Last year we only had 70 or something. So machinima is a great way to create 3D animation and stories. It gets past all of the problems of having to learn this massive program like 3D Studio Max. You already have ready-made props and situations inside of game engines. The only difficulty was trying to deal with the rights issues. But in many ways, since everything was amateur to begin with, people never worried about it because they weren't trying to sell it. Several groups have tried to go out and make a living, and a couple still do. But they're really outside of the machinima community. None of them have ever really come to the expo or volunteered. Some applications have gone by the wayside. Some are still around. So what we're going to do next year for Expo 9, if there is one, is we're just going to play it by ear. And if there's interest this year, we'll put something together for next year. Because, again, the goal of the expo is to show as many interesting films as we can find and bring people together to talk about it. And if we can do that with no money and just a little bit of effort, then we're okay. So I just want to close out my thoughts here by thanking several people. Damien Valentine put together the expo single-handedly this year, and I want to thank him for that. And he's been with us from the very beginning, giving his time and his money, selfless devotion. Thank you, Damien. A couple other people have been really important in getting the expo together. Phil Rice. Phil Rice used to be just a master machinima filmmaker, but he's gone into mastering having a family. But he was instrumental in getting it together, and he still gives me advice when I talk to him. Kate Fosk was very important in shaping the expo. Pookie Amsterdam, I want to thank for putting all of her efforts into making the expo better. And all of the great directors who submitted some of the terrific films, Lainey Voom, Michelle Petitme, Basile, just all kinds of Phil Brown, many other people. I want to thank you for your support over the years. And finally, I want to thank Real Illusion and the support of iClone. They gave us monetary support when we were just desperate to get it. And they've been supporting us over the years. So thank you so much. I hope you find the films interesting this year. I certainly do. And keep the faith. Maybe we'll be back here next year. Thanks. Goodbye.